So, good morning. So the first thing we do before we do any exercise is warm our body up. So I want you to stand in what we call your neutral spine position. So you keep your feet together. Now bring your pelvis to the center. So when I say center, some people, what happens normally when we relax is our pelvis tends to tip back or tilt forward. So what we've got to try and do is bring it into the center, squeeze your bottom, squeeze the back of your thighs. So then I want you to bring your shoulders back and down. So nice and relaxed, no tension, chin off your chest, your head flat to the ceiling, your crown flat to the ceiling. Good morning, I think that's Regina that's just joined us. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is feel relaxed in this position. Don't tense. This is your natural form. Now what we're going to do is take the feet out to the side and still keep your pubic bone in the center, your hips facing straight across, straight in front, shoulders under your ears. Then you're going to take the heels out behind the toes. Now this is when our hips want to do what they want. Okay, so we have to engage the core muscles, keeping the hips here, keeping the spine nice and long, nice and straight. I want you to practice some breathing exercises. So I'd like you to breathe in, and as you exhale, I want you to sort of overemphasize the outward breath. So as if you're breathing out through a straw or blowing into a balloon. Inhale, and as you exhale, let it all go out. Inhale. Now this time, as you let go and exhale, tighten the core muscles. Pull the navel back to the spine. So when you're breathing in, you're filling your lungs up, your rib cage rises, your tummy rises. As you empty it, as you exhale, you empty it all out. And you tighten those core muscles. It's like wearing a corset. You inhale, and then you tighten the corset as you exhale. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. So when you do these exercises, always breathe through the movements. Try and connect your breathing with the movement, and don't hold your breath or don't tense up. Treat the movements as flows, floating or flowing, rather than forcing the move. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start with the neck. The first few muscles and vertebrae of the spine. So all I want you to do is relax your shoulders back. You might feel happier having your hands behind your back, and take your head from side to side. So you're inhaling and exhaling as you go. Connect with your neck now and just listen to how it feels. Connect with it. Some people might suffer a lot of stiffness around the neck. So this is a nice exercise if done nice and gently. Come back to the center, and then we're going to take the head up and down. But as you take the head back, don't push your chest up. Don't arch your back. All we're doing is working the neck. Forward and back. Lovely. Come back to the center. Now we're going to work down to the shoulders. I want you to lift your shoulders up towards your ears and then relax them back down. Nice and controlled, nice and slow. So you could do it fast, but there's no benefit. Just nice and slowly massaging the muscles, waking up the body properly. So up and down with the shoulders, towards the ears, without tensing. Don't add tension. Keep your knees nice and soft as well. Don't lock them in. We want the legs to be strong, but we don't want them to be tense. If your muscles are tense, then they're less flexible. And come back down. Now you're going to take one shoulder back and draw a circle with that shoulder. So the movement is coming from the shoulder, not the arm, not the hand, the shoulder. So you're working the shoulder joint, you're working all the muscles surrounding the shoulder. And let's try the other side. Again, get to know your body. One side might be far more flexible than the other. You might encounter stiffness on one side but not the other. Now bring both shoulders back. Bring your shoulder blades together, squeezing them. So it's like a nice deep massage. And come back to the center. Now we're going to take the shoulders forward. So round the shoulder forward. Now remember, the movement is coming from the shoulder. Good. And now the other side. Forward. You might find it easier to bring the shoulders back rather than forward. It just shows you how we use our shoulder joints and how they can get stiff in various motions. So just bring both the shoulders forward now, see how that feels. Lovely. Now we're going to extend what we call a lever, the arm. So you're going to bring the arm back and around, but again, it's the shoulder that's creating the movement. So you're adding your arm. So you can keep your body to the front, or if you want to, you can bring your body back as you take your arm back. Entirely up to you. The movement is coming from the shoulder. So connect with the shoulder muscle and the joint. Lovely. One more time. And relax that arm, relax that shoulder. Take the other arm back now. Make sure you don't hit anything. Nice and safely. Good. Take your time. Breathe in and breathe out. Great stuff. 2 more times. Just waking up the body nice and gently, breathing through the movements. Now you're going to take your arms up in front and push them back. I'm going to do this based on sideways. So what you need to be careful of here is when you push your arms forward and back, that you're not swinging your hips. We want to keep the body nice and stable, nice and long, the crown to the ceiling, hips facing the front, knees slightly bent, but your ankles are under your knees are under your hips, your feet are under your shoulders. So now we're going to take one arm forward and one arm back and alternate, as if you're really striding. So we're really opening up the shoulders now. Lovely, forward and back. I love this movement. Lovely, and come back to the center. Now we're going to float our arms up to the side and back. Float our arms up to the side and back. Just want to make sure you see me in the camera. Good, up and down. So it's a nice floating movement, not forceful. Your shoulders are bringing your arms up or taking your arms up. Lovely. Great stuff. Now we're going to involve the chest and the upper back. You're going to take your arms up, thumbs up. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, shoulders back and down. You're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring your arms out. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And again, I'm going to step back a little bit so you see me in the camera, and out and in. Which way should I go? This way. Out and in. So really feel your chest opening up, the shoulders coming together, the shoulder blades, and relax. Now you're going to take one arm up and the other arm down. So again, we're opening up the chest and the back, but we're using different angles. Bring it back to the center and the other side. So we'll put those 3 together. So you're going to bring your arms here, out to the side, up to the corners, and up to the other corners. There we go. Center, opposite corners, and again. Lovely. Last time, really opening up the chest, the back, and come down and relax. All right, the next one we're going to do is we're going to work down to the sides and also the muscles around the torso. So you're going to take your arm up, you're going to reach overhead. Now the muscles working are here. We're adding the lever, so the shoulder's working, but this is the muscles we want to work. So over, squeeze, and back. Over, squeeze. Let's try the other side. Up we go, over. Good. Lovely. And now we're going to take our arms hand on hand, elbows in line with your shoulder, and you're going to turn your body to the side. Now as you do this, keep your feet where they are, don't move your feet, and come back to the center. So take a nice deep breath in and exhale around and come back to the center. And again, preparing your body for the weights exercise. That's it. Turn. And come back to the center. We're going to put those two movements together. So you're going to take your arm up, you're going to go over, and then you're going to raise your arms up, and you're going to turn. So over, and then turn towards the arm that you lifted. And again, over, raise your arms to the side. Last time, over, squeeze, up, and turn. Let's try the other side now. Get your arm in position, take your arm over, float it upwards, and turn. Over, and turn. Take your time, breathe in, and breathe out. Excellent. Over. Last one. And come back to center. All right, now we're going to do some hip openers. So I want you to, oh, something's just said on that, it's okay. All right, so we're going to do some hip opening exercises. So the first one I want you to do is just lift the leg. So when you do this, make sure you don't sort of lean back. You're in this position, your feet are hip width apart, your crown is to the top, it's to the ceiling. So you're not leaning forward or leaning back. Nice long spine. What we're doing now is focusing on the hips. So keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Lift your legs. Good. And as you do this, breathe out on the lift. Okay? And tighten the abs. Squeeze them. So you get a double bubble there. You're working your abs and you're working your hips. A couple of more times. And relax. Now we're going to take the leg out to the side. So you're going to take it out and back. So now we're opening up the inner thighs and outer thighs. So give me 4 this way. Make sure when you're bringing your feet back, they're not too close together. We don't want you tripping over your own feet. 1 more, I lose count all the time. Over the other way, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'd like you, feet hip width apart, you're going to go into a squat position. I don't want you arching your back. Your crown should always stay to the ceiling. All right, so you're going to push your hips back, sit down and come back up. Now only go down as deep as you can. So if you can only get to here, that's fine. If you can go deeper. But keep your head up, keep the spine up. You're pushing down. Imagine your coccyx going towards the floor and you're coming down. Okay, lovely. Give me a couple more. And come back to center. We're just going to take now our feet into our bottom. And we're going to finish off with the feet and the toes going up and down. And then we're going to prepare If we're doing a weight workout, just a simple workout with weights. So I want you to work your wrists. Warm up your wrists. So circle your wrists as you go up and down with the balls of your feet. Now connect with the wrists. I see people in class doing this. Focus. Circle the wrists. Circle them back the other way. Now think about your fingers, the palm of your hand, squeeze them and then let them go out. Let them span out and really squeeze and throw out your fingers. And then shake them up, shake your legs up, and we're ready for the next lot of exercises. Okay, so get